A U.S. federal judge has unsealed a purported suicide note from late Jeffrey Epstein.
And the unverified and undated document was placed on the court docket in the case of a former cellmate of the late convicted sex offender. Epstein's cellmate claims that he found the letter in a book following a failed suicide attempt by the disgraced financier several weeks before his eventual death in August 2019.
Well, the text of the letter written on lined paper, it reads, I quote from it here, "They investigated me for months, found nothing. It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye." The text then concludes with, "What do you want me to do? Bust out crying? No fun, not worth it."
Now, the letter had been unsealed for years. It had been sealed for years as part of the cellmate's criminal proceedings, but was released by Judge Kenneth Karras of the U.S. District Court for Southern New York after a request by the New York Times. Epstein was found injured in his cell in late July 2019 in what officials said was a failed suicide attempt. Weeks before he was found dead in his cell, a medical examiner ruled that he died by suicide.
Now, the court's release of the record comes after the Justice Department released millions of documents related to Epstein. The U.S. lawmakers are also running an investigation into the late financiers.
U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is latest to be quizzed over his ties with Epstein. After a closed-door deposition, Democratic lawmakers accused Lutnick of lying to Congress and helping cover up Epstein's crimes.
Now, the deposition centered heavily on Lutnick's previously disclosed 2012 visit to Epstein's private Caribbean island, which came years after Epstein's abuse was already public knowledge. Lutnick acknowledged during a Senate hearing earlier in the year that he had visited the island with family members.
After what we have seen so far in this transcribed interview, I feel very comfortable saying that Howard Lutnick is a pathological liar who is enabling the most egregious cover-up in American history.
Resigned. That was absolutely mind-boggling what we just heard in the room. He was evasive, nervous, he was dishonest. He would not admit to lying, which he clearly did in the podcast. He said he was never in the room with Jeffrey Epstein ever again after the first time he met him, yet
California Democrat Ro Khanna also accused Lutnick of misleading the public and suggested his testimony raised fresh questions about whether details about Epstein's activities were being concealed. Khanna added, and I'm quoting him here, "Now we know why that interview was not videotaped. If Donald Trump had seen the video transcript, he would have fired Howard Lutnick."